One final segment of Trojans Live is brought to you by Rock and Riley's USC, the best place to be during the game. And we are joined now by USC captain and senior Christian Rector off an excellent opening performance. He had a sack. He had 5 pressures. What were your general thoughts on the opener? Interesting game.
Yeah, I think we saw a lot of good things from the team. Fresno State played us really well, and we knew that they were going to do that based off of what they did last season. And I think as a team, it was a good team win. I think special teams showed up great. Yep. Bayless Jones in that touchdown, he ran back. I think offense was able to move the ball, barring adversity that we faced. And defensively, I think we could have played better. I think we did well on third down, which was good and was key. But I think we missed a lot of tackles, and we could have improved that in that way.
Christian, first off, what's it like to be named a captain for your team and by your peers, to be the guy who leads kind of the march out of the tunnel and be that guy? What's that like? Yeah,
it's a huge honor. It's a huge honor, especially growing up a SC fan and seeing all the guys that came before me. And growing up, I had an unrealistic expectation of what a USC captain was, or even just a football captain was. But now, like growing up and going through college and like learning my teammates and learning just the system, it's just now I understand it more, and I understand just life, I guess, on a deeper scale. And it's very easy to step into that position, seeing everybody else that's come before me, and like Chinna Nwosu, guys like that, and Antoine Woods, defensive captains, defensive leaders who played before me and with me. And so, yeah.
You're listening to Christian Rector on Trojans Live, and it's no accident. To a man, before you were officially voted it, I talked to every single person I talked to on the defensive line said you were the leader of that unit. And in particular, it sounds like you've really been a mentor to Drake Jackson. We got to see his talent on display. I mean, that's a fun guy for you to be sort of bookended with this year. What's that relationship been like as you groom sort of the next great defensive lineman at USC?
Yeah, it's great. I mean, he's a super dynamic player, and he picks up stuff really quickly, and it's crazy to see a guy come in so ready and prepared for college football.
Yeah.
Unlike I was when I first came in.
Well, you had started playing football like 2 years before he came to USC, so that might have something to do with it.
And his dad is a football coach in high school, so it's really great to see him, and it's good for us to rely on him, and we're going to need to rely on him this season. And so for me, I took it as my job to help him bring him along as quickly as possible, and just make the transition to college football smooth for him.
Talk about the defense performance a little bit. You guys were able to get back there, and a slippery Jorge Reyna back there was tough to bring down, and some of the edge play on the jet sweeps and the reverses. What kind of troubles did that give you guys as a defense?
Yeah. I think I played that pretty bad. To be honest,
your coach just gave you an out, man. Coach Clay said it wasn't you.
He said it wasn't me. No.
See, and linebackers coming, man.
No, see, I'll take full responsibility for that.
There you go, man. That's what I
had bad eyes. We practiced that all week. I got to be more disciplined with my eyes on the zone read and stay flat, keep my shoulders square, and use better technique. And
you can't make both plays, though. You can't come down and get the quarterback when he takes off. That's
exactly,
what Coach Clay was telling us.
Yeah, it is true, but I can sweat it a little bit more and help the linebackers get in better position and just improve my play, and that'll eventually
Sorry, we
help
got
the
too
team.
football-y there, Jordan.
I like it. Let's get into it. Well, I wanted to talk a little bit about the scheme, too, and it sounds like Clancy Pendergast going into this year has tailored the personnel a little bit more tailored the defense a little bit more to his personnel, and that includes you. How has the adjustment been? Do you prefer the way that you're sort of playing maybe as a more traditional 4-3 defensive end than in that predator role?
Oh, definitely. Yeah, I think we're way more physical up front. And just you can dominate and kind of control what the offense is doing in that sense and take away a lot of things. They weren't able to run the ball inside on us very much, and so when you make an offense one-sided, you can kind of control them and do what you want.
Got a Stanford team coming up here. Obviously, their left tackle Walker Little is not going to play in the game. They had another backup guy who's kind of questionable. As a defensive lineman, I know when someone was hurt or out of the game for me, I know you're licking your chops now. You guys got to be ready to really make your impact in the game, right?
Yeah. I mean, that is good. I mean, I always say bring on the competition, and I'm up for the challenge, but it is looking good for us up front. We're licking our chops, licking our bits, and ready to get after the quarterback.
What will we learn about the USC defense this week? Because what's so interesting about football, and particularly in this conference, is you see so many different styles. So maybe the things that were strengths or weaknesses last week against Fresno State, will be very different this week against the Stanford offense.
Yeah, I'm very familiar with Stanford, and I've played them a lot. So being able to talk to the younger guys who haven't played a Stanford game before in their career, and tell them it's going to be a quick game. They run the ball a lot. They're really good with clock management. You're only going to get about 60 snaps total. 40 plays in first, second down. Probably going to be a 60% run.
Yeah.
And maybe 15 plays of 2-minute drill.
Big man's game.
Yeah, exactly.
And already knows his tendency is on Tuesday, man. I like it.
We can't wait to talk about it. Trojans Live is a production of USC Sports Properties. Our producer and engineer is Rick Cutler. Production assistance by Katie Ryan. And our executive producer is Drew DeHart. Thank you to all our guests tonight and also Andre Padilla for helping us out back at the studio. We'll be back right here, Rockin' Riley's Mondays the rest of the way at 6 p.m. You can always listen live here, 790 KABC. For Sean Cody, I'm Jordan Moore. Fight on, everyone. Beat the farm.